It's time for a lazy book review with me, BoPo, and I got my glasses on so I look really, really smart. Ooh, I didn't sound smart there though, but the book I just finished reading is... I never know the names of these because they're too similar to each other. It just doesn't mean a lot to me, so it doesn't stick. The first word that comes to mind is boring. Doesn't seem to really hold much weight or matter very much. It's definitely like one of those like feel-good type. The author, I guess, wants like a little feel-good moment for their characters because they go through a lot of, you know, strife and struggles, trauma, blah blah blah. Which can be good. The feel-good stuff can be good. I don't want to say that I wouldn't enjoy something like that, and that's why I didn't like this book. Oh, by the way, I didn't like this book. I don't think she did a good job. Or it's that, or it could be me just not liking the characters that much. I don't think I like most of the characters. So FEYRE, I don't like at all. Just because they did the, oh, she's different type trope, but also she's like basically a teenager when she's going through all this, and then her love interests are 1,000-year-old men. It's tired and sad and weird. Like, we don't need to be doing all that. If you're gonna do smut, make them full-fledged adults and all equally within the same realm of cognitive ability and power, because I don't really love when there's someone who, especially a male, who can enact their power over somebody and manipulate them emotionally and intellectually and financially. It just feels gross, and it's bordering on pedophilia, if not actual pedophilia. I think she's 19 when this all starts, so it's like, you're really walking a line. Like, I can tell it just comes across gross, because you're like, oh, it's not 18, so it's not the gross number, but it's just one older, so you can really satisfy that weird age difference. For who, I don't know, because I feel like women are the ones who are more reading these. I think it's for a female audience, and I think for the female audience, I don't think being into that pedophilia narrative is really smart. Although these books are popular, so, you know, obviously I am do you see that? Do you see that hair in there? What the fuck is happening? Don't bleach your hair. It does weird stuff when you do that. So I don't like FEYRE for that reason, but also I don't like her for her personality. So, and that's just a personal thing. That's just on me. I also just don't believe that she's capable of doing everything that she's done, considering her age and her not having access to any sort of literature or education growing up. I guess she did for a little bit when she was a child. They lost money pretty early on. She was still probably in elementary school range, so that you don't still know that much at that point. So the fact that she's like making all these big plays and moves, I'm like, I don't think she's capable of it. She hasn't gone to get an education since coming into money as well. She just likes to paint, which I think is cool. I think that's the one thing I like about her, is that she's a painter. I think that's super beautiful, but it's kind of hard to convey that part of her in a novel. It's like hard to appreciate anything she's drawing just based on the description of it. Although I think it's possible for that to be conveyed, but I don't feel that conveyed here in these books. But anyway, I just don't like FEYRE. Let's move on. That was a lot on FEYRE. Nesta, I was intrigued by at first, but now the more they do with her, the more annoyed I am by her. I'm just kind of like, you were waiting too long to reveal more about her, to now she annoys me. And I think the next book is going to delve into her more, so hopefully that kind of turns around for me, because at first I thought she was cool, and then now the author's problem is pacing for me. Her pacing is just, it makes no sense to me why she's pacing it the way that she is, when plot points happen when they do, why she spends a certain amount of time on these things and not others. Like, I don't know what her reasonings are. It's not apparent to me when I'm reading them. For the whole series so far, the author just like I feel like she has a good treasure trove of like ideas and concepts, and I'm like, yeah, this could be cool if it was executed the right way, and I think she just doesn't execute anything the way I would like her to execute things. That's been a huge frustration reading this, is that, this could have been something amazing, but she just can't do it, I don't think. Anyone can come up with cool ideas, but actually implementing them into plot and to world and to character is the hard part. Every one of us can come up with a cool concept, but what's the emotional relevance and weight of it, and how are you going to play it out? How's it going to ripple out? What kind of message are you trying to convey with all of these pieces as well? What is the point? For me, I like things to have a point and not just, I'm telling a story. Telling story is fine, but I'm not gonna recommend your book to anybody if that's all that is. Like, I'm just not impressed and I'm not gonna remember it or care. There's no emotional weight to it for me. Especially for a book series about emotional weight, that seems kind of dumb that you aren't able. Anyway, it's hard for me to focus on one. It's just, there's so many blah blah blah. Don't like Nesta, she's annoying. And also the dynamic of the group, like trying to force her to hang out with them. She was turned against her will. She does not have to be your friend. She doesn't have to hang out with you. She's forced into this society because nationalism, like you guys just don't, all your fairy realms don't coexist very well. She's just trapped there. She doesn't have she's basically a prisoner. And then you're also like, but be our friend too. You have to hang out with us. Leave her the fuck alone. She's an adult. She can make her own fucking decisions. Let her make her own decisions. God, please. Agency is so important to people. That's like the one thing, like a core thing people need to have. Let them fucking have that. Like, it's so, you guys are, the whole group in the Night Court, they're like, yeah, it's real. We know that FEYRE needs to have her own agency, make her own decisions, and do things for herself. But when it comes to Nesta, they're like, no, we don't like your decisions. We don't agree with them. You have to make the decisions that we want you to make. So it's very much favoritism on who gets to make the type of decisions they want to make. I don't know why FEYRE is liked by everyone either. Reese, obviously. Reese. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Bond or whatever. I don't know. So who cares? His opinion is void in this. But like, why is everyone else? Like, why does Cassian care about her? Why does, what's his name, Azriel? Why does Morrigan, and Amren? Why do any of them care about her? I just don't get they didn't build that friendship up for me. Although that's not in this book. I'm getting sidetracked again. I'm just kind of talking generally now about the characters, because this book is strictly following each character and their personal during, I think it's solstice, I forget, whatever holiday is happening. The Christmas adjacent holiday. I feel like I would have liked Cassian, Azriel, and Reese, Morrigan, and Amren, like if the story was around them and their perspective the whole time and there was no FEYRE. I liked them at first, but it feels like they're kind of falling flat, like there isn't more to the characters. So this book was boring and a little annoying at times because of how they bully Nesta into making bad decisions. Which people are allowed to make bad decisions in their life. Like, let her have sex with random dudes and hang out at a tavern. Like, she's gone through a lot, let her cope for 2 fucking seconds. God damn. It's a short book, too. Why is it short out of nowhere? All the other books, they're fucking thick as hell. Why is this one like 2 seconds? It almost feels like it didn't need to exist. It could have just been spliced up into a different book. They could have taken some other stuff out of one of the other books and put that in instead. Either way, I probably wouldn't have liked whatever they left out and put that in place of. Like, either way, I was not gonna like it that much. I guess that's it. That's the end of my lazy book review. I just get more and more infuriated at the incompetence of the author when they have everything at their fingertips to make something good and they're not. It just doesn't. She's good at SMUT. She is great at SMUT. I'll give her that. She knows how to do that. I think that's her one thing, is SMUT. And I can't do that, so that's something I do envy. I would like to be able to write SMUT, but I cannot. I haven't tried, but I don't. That doesn't come naturally to me. I know that. So it's cool that she can do that. Everything else just falls short. I feel like she should just write regular SMUT. Like, modern day regular people. Something like that. Rather than trying to breach into fantasy. I don't feel like fantasy. I don't think she does a good job. I'm not impressed with her fantasy. She's like, maybe she can get there at some point, but where she is now, no. It's a no from me, dog. It's a no from me. Well, anyway, yeah. I don't know how to end this. This is called a lazy book review for a reason. Bye. Sorry, this is too long.